the Indiana Pacers in white. Daniels goes up against Beatty. The ball slapped over to James Jones. Utah starts it off on offense. Here's an interesting matchup. Freeman of Indiana and James Jones of Utah. Govan coming out high against McGinnis into the basket. And the rebound by Darnell Hillman. Freeman on a 3-on-2 puts it up. Gets the roll. And Indiana takes a 2-0 lead to open the game.
That's the kind of thing the Pacers want to do against Utah, is get it down the court fast and run a little bit. That's the key to their success, or at least one of them.
Govan coming out high to keep McGinnis away from the basket, setting the high post. Now Utah sets it up as Jones is on the outside. Here's a whistle.
Indiana leads this series 3-2, so the Utah Stars, of course, have got their backs to the wall right now. They've got to win today or the whole thing is over.
Jones steals for Utah, starts to break. Indiana gets back to shut it off. Willie Wise, Beatty, one of the better shooting big men in the league, but he can't get it. Here comes George McGinnis with a rebound at 6'8", takes it down court himself. McGinnis with those big hands loops it outside to Don Freeman. Freeman missed it all, and Govan clears. Tries to put the outlet pass, and it caroms off Darnell Hillman. Back inbounds to Utah.
It ought to be an interesting battle on the backboards, too. That's where this thing's going to be won, really. Indiana got a little bit more power on the boards, I think, than Utah does.
Willie Wise puts it up. Rebound is cleared one-handed by Mel Daniels. Gets the ball out to Freeman, and Freddie Lewis sets it up now, calls the offensive signal. Darnell Hillman comes out high. Setting a stack to one side of the lane are McGinnis, Daniels. They break off now. Here is McGinnis one-on-one against Govan.
Good hand. He handles that ball like a peanut.
Jimmy Jones trying to move on Freeman, has a 3-inch height advantage. Here is Govan moving inside. A jackhammer touch. Rebound out to Darnell Hillman. Here comes Indiana. Fred Lewis, as Jones gets him on a switch-up. Big overmatch there. Jones is 6'6". Rebound taken down by Govan. Looks for the outlet man. Here comes Ron Boone on the run. Indiana again back nicely on defense to stop the play. Wide, deflected by Darnell Hillman.
The son of Bo Ruler. May the 5th, 5 p.m. on CBS.
Here is a foul called on Ron Boone of Utah. Was pushing off. Both teams run now. They'll start to wear down, go to the bench. Here is Boone putting the ball up court. Taken by Darnell Hillman. To Don Freeman, driving on Jones. Cut off at the baseline, and Freeman puts it up again with that good touch. At 6'3", he's giving away height to Jones, but he arcs it up over him.
He's had a great, excuse me, Don, he's had a great playoff series. He averaged just 14 points during the regular season. Now he's up to 23 against the Utah Stars, so he's been one of the keys.
6-2. Indiana is up. 8:50 to play in the first quarter. Here is Wise against Daniels on a switch-off to Ron Boone. And Ron Boone hits it over Fred Lewis. 6-4. Indiana by 2. Pacers with the ball. Fred Lewis, a 6-foot guard out of Arizona State. Gets it outside to McGinnis. He's the man they go to. He would have been a senior in Indiana this year. Signed with the Indiana Pacers after his sophomore year. George McGinnis has developed now to one of the premier players in the league. Here's McGinnis going inside. The ball is slapped away by Wise. Here we come in a 3-on-3. They to Ron Boone. Inside, the ball is slapped away against the glass by Darnell Hillman. It's a goal then. And Boone gets the field goal. The game is tied at 6. Darnell Hillman can get his head over the rim. Literally touched the top of the backboard. Fred Lewis puts it up and hits for Indiana. And the Pacers go back in front 8-6. Jones matched against Freeman. Working off a pick set by Beatty. Back to Zelmo Beatty. James Jones looking inside now. Starts to drive on Freeman, and Freeman is leveled as he started back and ran right into Zelmo Beatty. Don Freeman now works it over the midcourt line as they start to switch off and double up on the ball. Here is Fred Lewis hitting again from the outside. Utah sagging back against Daniels and McGinnis inside, and Fred Lewis hits consecutive field goals now, and the Pacers take a 10-6 lead. Willie Wise is hacked at as he goes to the basket. Perhaps the best defensive forward in the ABA. Don Freeman, physical matchup with Ron Boone, pushing off. Freeman goes to the hoop. There's a whistle prior to the shot. Don Freeman gets the personal foul. His second in 30 seconds. Got one, you recall, the other end of the floor. It's 10-7 Indiana. Utah has the ball. Jimmy Jones, a 6'5" backline player against Fred Lewis. Wise brings Hillman outside. Feeds off to Jimmy Jones. And here's a foul call. It's against Jones. We have 6:55 to play in it. Fred Lewis goes to Freeman. He'll put him up off. And on a spin-off, Freeman hits again. And it's now a 12-7 game. Ron Boone inside. He can leap, puts it up on little Fred Lewis.
That's a matchup they'd like to utilize if they could get Boone inside on Lewis, because he's got the jumping ability, plus about a 3-inch height advantage over Lewis.
6 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first quarter as George McGinnis puts McGovan up with a fake. Govan comes down, goes back up, and we're going to have a personal foul call. Here is Bob Warren now in the game for Utah, bringing the ball up court against Don Freeman. Govan comes outside. McGinnis is against Govan. They want to keep McGinnis away from that basket. Govan to the floor. Darnell Hillman. They got the great front line leapers in Mel Daniels and Hillman. It was Hillman clearing, and here comes Indiana. Pacers up by 4, 13-9. McGinnis puts it up at one shot. Indiana moves out in front by 6, 15-9. We're going to be blowing people out of this game. A lot of fouls to be called. An awful lot of physical activity on the pushing off. Here is Zelmo Beatty hitting. He'll go inside, move that quick jumper from the outside, and it's 15-11 Indiana. Fred Lewis, switch hand dribble, and he's passed by Warren. Daniels, offensive rebound to Darnell Hillman. He can go up. And Darnell Hillman hits it off the run. And Indiana again takes a 6-point lead, 17-11. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Don Freeman putting up the sixth shot of the first quarter. Rebound in the side court, and Govan takes it for Indiana. Ron Boone on a semi-break as Indiana's back to defend. Boone feeds off to Warren. We have a man hit the deck for Indiana and a foul call.
Introducing Wendy's new Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
It's a Giant Junior?
Yeah, it's a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger with double the fresh, never frozen beef, bacon, and cheese. So it's made a big name for itself. For a limited time, get the Giant JBC meal for just $5.
If you could book a flight, then add a hotel or car or activity in one place and save, where would you go? Expedia.
There's nothing more important to me than my vacation. So when I need to book a hotel, I want someone who makes it easy to find what I want. Booking.com gets it. I want their price match. I know I'm getting the best price every time. Come on, Gary!
Your vacation is very important. That's why Booking.com makes finding the right hotel for the right price easy. Visit Booking.com now to find out why we're booking.yeah.
You're out of the office, but that doesn't mean you're not working. At Men's Warehouse, we'll help you find the look to close any deal. Now it's buy one, get one free on select items, plus take an additional 40% off clearance. Your clients are gonna like the way you look.
We discovered that my daughter was using drugs. We were angry. We were really at a loss. We'd been told by so many people to kick her out, to use tough love. You can't take a one-size-fits-all approach to substance use disorders. They're all different. You are the only one that knows your child. It's a slow process. And although it hasn't been perfect, she's not using drugs anymore, we're really hopeful. We're all in recovery from this disease.
There's hope and help at drugfree.org.
Anthony, the mobile game.
This world is ours.
Let your reign begin. Anthony, the mobile game.
Download now.
My 5-alarm chili makes game days better. You mean I know it, but FanDuel does too. For new players, there are beginner-only contests with real prizes to help you learn the ropes. And since you pick a new team every week, you're never sidelined with injuries or draft busts. Play for as little as $1 or compete for a share of $1 million. Or start a private contest to play against your friends. FanDuel, it's the 5-alarm chiller your daily fantasy game's been waiting for.
Try FanDuel today for free, no deposit required. Use promo code FOURTH for a free shot at $10,000 in cash prizes.
I never expected to be here.
Very honored.
But this honor is not about me.
People always ask me, who is my role model? And Dad, I always say it's you.
To come to the U.S. with nothing, and now I'm part of the NBA history.
The Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame welcomes a new class. Join us live from Springfield, Massachusetts for the 2017 Basketball Hall of Fame enshrinement ceremony. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6:30.
Indiana coming up court. This is Fred Lewis with the ball. Bob Warren against him. Lewis gives away height to everybody he plays. 6 feet tall. Mel Daniels coming out high. They work a weave off him, and Daniels tries the shot from the free throw line, and here's a whistle inside against Utah. And now Indiana takes its biggest lead, 18-11, a 7-point advantage, and here comes Warren quickly up court for Utah, trying to catch Indiana back before they set that man-to-man defense, that switching defense. Here is Wise, short. Rebound cleared by Daniels. Govan takes it, and Jerry Govan goes inside and banks it in. Utah comes back to it in 5, as you see.
A little bit of the Indiana rebounding strength is out now with Brown in the game instead of Darnell Hillman. Let's see if Utah is able to take advantage of that.
Again, McGinnis puts up the long one-hander. Rebound down to Warren. Brings it up full speed, and here is Govan going to the basket against George McGinnis. See, gonna go. Hit the top of the backboard. Bob Leonard is protesting.
Ball bounced up on top of the backboard, but not all the way on top.
Willing to hit the front of the backboard at the corner. The basket goes. It's 18-15, and now Utah cuts Indiana's lead, which was 30 seconds ago, down to 3. Roger Brown to George McGinnis. Man is tough as he comes across the lane to give Indiana a 5-point lead.
McGinnis is so big. He's about 235 pounds, at least that's what he's listed at. He looks bigger than that. When he starts to roll for the basket, there's not much you can do about it.
Bob Warren will fight those big guys. He goes in, doesn't get the roll, and Mel Daniels, who's hot, comes down with the ball. Very rough inside. Here's Fred Lewis now on the outside. He'll set the offense. Quarterback to team. Goes to Daniels. Double team on Daniels on the ball. It goes out to Roger Brown. Inside to McGinnis against Govan. George McGinnis. Tapped up by Daniels. The rebound's cleared by Govan. They're bringing Beatty away from the boards more. Zelmo Beatty now on the outside. He'll put that jumper up every chance he gets against Daniels. Inside, he's really wise. Lots of fakes. Doesn't get the shot, but there's a foul call on the play. It's against Wise. He has 2.
And a lot of offensive fouls called already. That's Bob Leonard, Slick Leonard, the Indiana Pacer coach. What a job he's done since he took over 5 years ago. 4 times the Pacers have been in the playoffs.
And twice ABA champions in the last 3 years. Backcourt. And the ball turns over to Utah. Bob Warren throws it inbounds to Govan. And Jerry Govan puts it up 12 feet out. And again, Indiana's lead is 3, as you see, 20-17. Overflow crowd here at the Fairgrounds Coliseum. McGinnis with the one-hander. Tough.
It's unbelievable what he can do with that ball.
It's tough. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Indiana by 5. Here's Govan against McGinnis. Jerry Govan doesn't get the roll, but Zelmo Beatty gets the rebound and lays it in. And again, it's a 3-point lead. Indiana 22, Utah 19.
I think you can see that the Pacers are now missing that backboard strength of Darnell Hillman, because the Stars now get more than one shot, and they get a lot of defensive rebounds, too.
Because of the bad back, Roger Brown with very limited mobility. You see him with the ball now at the perimeter, the 3-point area. Ball was slapped out of bounds by, and we're going to have a foul call. Indiana by 5, 24-19. This is Utah with the ball. Ron Boone. Zelmo Beatty against Daniels. A Good move by Beatty. Can't get the shot, however, and Roger Brown clears for Indiana and brings the ball up on the run. 5 men back on defense for Utah. Here is Roger Brown looking for the baseline. Likes to work off it, drive off it, shoot off it. Take that short jumper. Mel Daniels working hard. He gets it. 4 points for Daniels. Twice the ABA's most valuable player. They work with a 30-second shot clock in the ABA. Big pick set by McGinnis. Took one out of the play, but Fred Lewis missed it all on the shot, and Ron Boone takes it inside court. 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ron Boone drills it 18 feet out. And Utah comes back to it in 5, 26-21. And now Indiana will play for the final shot of the quarter as Fred Lewis signals the fist, calls the play. They set Daniels low. They have McGinnis and Freeman deployed to either side of the lane. Roger Brown is outside with Lewis as Bob Leonard is on his feet now. 12 seconds to go, and here comes the play as Roger Brown starts to move in, and Roger Brown tries a three-point shot, and he gets it with 5 seconds to go. 29-21. Ron Boone shooting at the horn, and he's short. And so the buzzer sounds.
Sweet sesame, fire roasted chipotle. Sonic's got some bold new wing flavors.
Have we ever tried anything more daring?
Well, we are hang gliding right now.
Man, you can see everything from up here.
Yeah.
Like stuff you could never see on the ground. Like, look at that huge patch of grass.
You can see patches of grass.
But what about a road?
You can see roads on the ground.
What about ponds?
Yeah, all the stuff you can see on the ground, buddy.
Why are we up here, dude?
Wing Night in America is back with flavors like sweet sesame and fire roasted chipotle. They're buy one, get one free every Thursday, 5 p.m. to close. This is how you Sonic.
Limited number of fouls, actually, for the amount of physical contact. Referees keeping the game under control. Beatty goes up high, gets the tap, but Indiana gets the ball. Don Freeman almost went to the hoop at the other end. Mel Daniels said, this way, partner. Here is Freeman going to the basket. A former All-American at Illinois, Don Freeman, was tripped. 29-21 Indiana. Utah must win this game to stay alive. They trail 3 games to 2. McGinnis up court. He is blocked by Boone. Wise picks up the ball. McGinnis has it back behind the back to Roger Brown, and Boone intercepts. Delmo Beatty to Willie Wise. Overmatch against Fred Lewis, and Wise tries to put it up. McGinnis comes out, blocks the shot. Up court to Roger Brown. We have a travel on Roger Brown, and the ball is back over to Utah.
One of the things about McGinnis, although he's such a great offensive player, so big and strong, is that he does throw the ball away a lot. In fact, I think he led the league in that category, if you're interested in such statistics.
Indiana shot very well in the first quarter, 12 of 20, 60%. Utah hit 45%. Govan's left 3. Can't quite get there, but he gets his own rebound, and Willie Wise puts it up, drills it from 10 feet. It's 29-23 Indiana. Indiana working a lot of plays inside. Govan down with another rebound. He's cleared 7 here in the first half. We have 10 minutes and 45 seconds to play in the second quarter as Boone puts it up high and gets it inside the lane. Tough shot off the run. And it's 31-25. Ron Boone now has 10 points to lead Utah in scoring. Fred Lewis, point shot in and out, and Govan again takes the defensive board for the Stars.
Govan's doing a good job on the board.
Big job.
Board particularly.
Willie Wise starts to move on Hillman. And Hillman slapped the ball off Willie Wise, and it's back over to the Indiana Pacers. Fred Lewis, number 14. Comes outside to McGinnis. They'll give him a clear side off and work a lot of plays off McGinnis. Give him his option with that clear side. Shoot from outside or drive on his man. Here's Mel Daniels coming out and around for the 18-foot shot. Rebound is taken by Bob Warren. We'll have a foul on Daniels. 9 minutes and 55 seconds left to play in the first half. A steal by Govan. Can't control the ball. Indiana will put it in play.
For a moment, it looked like he had it clean. Here's Boosie, number 10, who just came in, replacing Freddie Lewis. Boosie, a very popular player with these Pacer fans who certainly have to be classed as some of the best in the country. Their appreciation of basketball and appreciation of this Pacer team. The
playing football underneath as shot is up, missed it all, and here comes Bob Warren down court with the ball against Boosie. Big play by Bob Warren, but Boone can't get the shot.
If I'm not mistaken, all of Boone's fouls have been offensive fouls, too. As he starts to go to the basket, he's been called. They've been watching it very tightly.
That's his game. Go to the hoop whenever there's an opening. Now Don Freeman comes out, and perhaps the most popular player here in Indianapolis. Little Bill Keller at 5'10" comes in.
And for the Utah Stars, Glenn Combs, who is also, like Keller, a fine outside shooter.
McGinnis puts it up. Too much on it. Boosie clears. George McGinnis putting some fakes up on Govan. Govan doing a nice job defensively inside, and now Mel Daniels with the offensive rebound and back up for two, and Indiana leads by 6. Bob Warren against Boosie in pro basketball. Everything is matchup. I can almost tell who's going to come in when you see one team substitute. Boosie matched up with Glenn Combs. Here is Warren with a shot. It'll go, and Bob Warren was fouled on the play. McGinnis on the outside. George McGinnis. There is Bill Keller, double teamed. He'll throw up that three-pointer, and again Govan comes up with a loose ball and leads to Warren. Up court to Powell. Indiana back again nicely on defense. Rebound cleared by Keller at 5'10" to McGinnis. One man to beat, and Govan over to Boosie. Don Boosie hits it. Outlet pass quickly to Warren. As Indiana now leads by 5, 35 to 30. Warren charging in on McGinnis, can't get the shot. George McGinnis puts it up again. He's off, and again Boosie hits the offensive board for Indiana, and there's a foul underneath. Boosie's a player.
Pace has really picked up. Warren's had a couple of good shots at layups that he hasn't been able to do. Hasn't been able to capitalize. They've had some good running opportunities, the Stars have. Timeout, Utah.
Very warm here in the Fairgrounds Coliseum. More than a full house. It's overflowing. It's about 75 degrees and humid here in Indianapolis today. 8 minutes and 8 seconds left to play in the first half. 35 to 30. Indiana's in the lead. Pacers can end this series with a win today. They're up 3 games to 2. Utah has the ball. Govan comes out high, goes to Cincy Powell against Darnell Hillman. Ball is taken away by Govan. Inside to Cincy Powell. And Powell's basket will go, and there is a foul on Mel Daniels underneath. 7:40 to play in the first half. Darnell Hillman looks for Keller coming around. Keller looking inside, comes outside to Gus Johnson, who's now in the game. Rebound taken down by Warren. Way up at 6'5". Govan, full court pass down to Cincy Powell. Sends Hillman up over the rim with a fake and puts it in. And the game is tied at 35. Willie Wise getting set to come back in the game now for Utah. Warren inside to John Beasley, who's now in the game. That's Beasley with the ball. Outside to Glenn Combs. Just inside the three-point line. He drills a two-pointer. And now Utah takes the lead 37 to 35. Bill Keller looking for a shot. Can't get it as they double team the ball again. Here is Darnell Hillman. Too much on it. Beasley clears up to Combs. Combs, rebound knocked around, and Darnell Hillman clears for Indiana. Up to George McGinnis, 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Utah in the lead for the first time. Bill Keller with a three-point shot, no good, but there's a foul call underneath. And now the game is tied on the 2 free throws by Bill Keller. Warren against Boosie, a foot race down court. Warren loses him, goes to Beasley, and rebound is taken down by Boosie. Lead pass to Keller. 3 men back for Utah. Keller puts it up himself. Across court to Gus Johnson. And McGinnis with the offensive rebound. It's slapped away, and here comes a 3-on-2 break. Glenn Combs is leading the way. Goes to Powell on the drive. And get the roll. Willie Wise following the play. Powell puts it up. We have 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the first half. Roger Brown looks inside to Hillman. He's free, but Brown didn't see him. Got a clear side for Boosie to the near side now. He's playing on the weak side. Roger Brown tries to hit Hillman off the dribble, but the Pacers get a break. They're up by 3, 40 to 37. Glenn Combs bounced the ball off his foot, and it comes back inbounds now to Indiana.
So they got the break back.
Boosie starts down the lane, feeds off to Roger Brown. I think he wants to put something up. Double up on him. He goes to Gus Johnson. Johnson is short. Boosie with a rebound. Boosie can play. He's a rookie out of Evansville. Rebound now is down to Wise. And with 4:54 left to go in the second quarter, Bill Keller looking for a shot. Utah switching nicely on defense. The double up on the ball. They're not giving Indiana the shots the Pacers were getting earlier when they hit 60% in the first quarter. Beasley clears for Utah. Warren, who's really sparked this team since he's come in, brings the ball up now for the Stars. Over to Glenn Combs, and he puts it up on the run and doesn't get the roll with the rebound on foul call on it. 44-37. Roger Brown on the drive. He is shut off on a good switch. Willie Wise stays with him. Brown with the fake, puts the shot up. There's a foul call on Willie Wise. Stars with the ball. Warren comes up on the run every time. Tries to catch Indiana before they get back on defense as a team. Jovan goes to Powell, sets a pick, and Powell goes the other way. Picked up by Boosie. Simply Powell with a big shot. And with 3:45 left to play now, it's Utah 46, Indiana 39. Cincy Powell with 12 points for the Stars. Roger Brown surveys things inside. 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Now they got the side cleared out for him. Double teaming.
Boosie left free for a 25-foot shot. Just inside the three-point line, Boosie hits it. He has 4. Utah by 5, 46-41. Here comes Powell trying to move on Roger Brown. They're working against him on defense. Brown has a bad back. Mobility is limited. Govan to Beasley. And Beasley hits his first field goal. And again, it's Utah by 7, 48-41.
Indiana at the moment obviously missing that rebounding strength of Mel Daniels. Of course, Elmo Beatty sitting down too. But the Utah bench has been the key to their success and their comeback.
Warren particularly has really picked this team up since he's come in. Doesn't have a whole lot of points, but he has Utah running as what they wanted to do. Now we have a foul call. Govan gets his second, and a timeout is called. With the score, the Utah Stars 48, the Indiana Pacers 41.
That's George McGinnis at the line with 3 tries to make 2.
He's yet to score in the second quarter. Yes, now. Now has 10 points, got 9 of them in the first quarter. That's been a difference, and Indiana is falling behind. McGinnis has failed to produce here in the second quarter. Has taken the shots. That's been able to hit the one-hander. Both clubs over the limit with 2:49 left to go in the first half. George McGinnis from Michigan City, Indiana, was high school All-American basketball player, high school All-American football player. 10 Player of the Year as a sophomore and signed with the pros. The good shoulders.
Looks like he could have been a good football player. Still.
Cincy Powell throws up a dreamer, and the rebound caroms down to McGinnis, and we have a whistle and a foul call. Loose ball foul against Utah. George McGinnis will shoot. John Beasley gets the foul with 2.5 minutes to play in the first half. Utah 48, Indiana 43.
A very vocal Indiana fan sitting right behind us. Possibly you can hear him offering not necessarily words of congratulations to the referees.
Foul in the backcourt, so McGinnis gets 3 chances to make 2. 48-44, Indiana cuts the Utah lead to 4 points.
2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 foul.
George McGinnis gets the 2 free throws, and now Utah's lead, which was 7, is now 3. It's 48-45. Bob Warren up court now as Utah looks to work a play. Govan comes out high, brings McGinnis out here. Cincy Powell looking for a free lane. They jam it up. Darnell Hillman and Roger Brown stop the drive, but Roger Brown hacked going for the ball.
Cincy Powell, who's been hot, starts his move for the basket right here. Watch and see. Roger Brown reaching in as number 35, and that's who the foul's against.
First half. Powell can't get it. Get another now. 48-45 Utah. And now the Stars have a 4-point lead as Fred Lewis is back in the game. Brings the ball up quickly. Don Freeman is back in for Indiana. Along with McGinnis, Hillman. Shot by Freeman. 8 points for Don Freeman, and the Utah lead is cut to 2. Glenn Combs goes to Govan. The big man quickly outside to Warren. Bob Warren hits for his 6th and 7th points. He was just inside the 3-point line. McGinnis loses Govan with a fake, puts it up, and there's a foul call on Govan.
McGinnis made his move to the basket. Govan got underneath. McGinnis still managed to get rid of the ball somehow and put it up to make it look like he was shooting. So he's come back and lifted the Indiana team from the foul line. He hasn't been able to get the ball to drop from the field.
George McGinnis will get another try now with the count 51-47. Here is Beasley coming back in the game. Three to make 2, so George McGinnis now for the 3rd try. He can bring the Pacers back to within 2. 51-48 Utah. Now it's 1:40 to play in the first half. Indiana goes into a full court press, which Warren breaks quickly. Warren all the way. Beasley goes for the loose ball and stepped on the inbounds line.
That's about 4 times that Warren has been able to break clear for attempted layups, but the touch just hasn't been there. Been putting the ball up too hard.
Roger Brown starts to move on Powell. Goes to Freeman to Fred Lewis. Darnell Hillman right back up. Darnell Hillman gets 2, and the game is tied at 51. 1:10 to play in the first half. Glenn Combs against Fred Lewis. Zelmo Beatty sets the pick. And there's a foul call against Utah. George McGinnis working on a free side, goes inside and gets it. They try to double up on him, but McGinnis lost the defense with that fake. And now with 45 seconds to play in the first half, Indiana's taken back the lead 53-51. Zelmo Beatty puts it up. Fight for the rebound. Warren's got it, and Bob Warren at 6'5" goes back up and ties the game 53-all. And now Indiana will play for the final shot of the first half. You recall the last time, sent the big men way deep inside. Utah collapsed. Roger Brown popped up a three-pointer and hit it at the end of the first quarter. Roger Brown with the ball now. 5 seconds. One-on-one. Roger Brown's going to go for the shot. Roger Brown, money player, hits it at the buzzer. Here is Roger Brown popping it up. And so at the end of the first half, here at the Fairgrounds Coliseum in Indianapolis with the score. The Indiana Pacers 55, the Utah Stars 53. Right now, it's Indiana with the ball, and Freeman loses it to Zelmo Beatty, tips it over to Willie Wise, and Utah starts the third quarter with the ball. Govan quickly over to James Jones. Rebound down to McGinnis. Up court to Darnell Hillman, and Indiana does not have an overmatch to the run from a set play. McGinnis puts it up. Very unusual shot, very effective one. He has 19 points, and Indiana now opens up a 4-point lead. Govan hits it for Utah, and again, it's a 2-point game. Indiana 57, Utah 55.
You're talking about McGinnis' shot. Often you hear demands from people to raise the basket. The way he handles the ball, they ought to make it bigger.
He's really got the hands. Clamps. McGinnis does it again. Doesn't even use his other hand. He just grabs that thing like a grapefruit. Big, strong lad. 10:50 in the third quarter. 59 to 55. He is right there. Here is Don Freeman on the drive. He is stepped back. Don Freeman.
Now, the abuse these officials take, Don, I don't believe they could pay me enough to be a basketball official, not only from the fans, but from the players, too.
John Vanek and Joe Bavetta reaping the abuse here today. 61-57. Don Freeman now has 10 points for Indiana. Here's Willie Wise against Darnell Hillman, giving away a lot of height to Hillman. He's got to beat him with fakes. Govan to Wise. Willie Wise puts it up. Intimidated by Hillman, who gets way up, and here comes McGinnis with the ball at 6'8" on the dribble. Back to Fred Lewis. And Lewis sets the team up. Daniels goes low. Hillman comes outside to set a pick for Don Freeman. Breaks off it, the old give and go. Pick and roll now. Back over to Freddie Lewis. Rebound to Darnell Hillman. He tried for the stuff. Wouldn't get it. He tried again. It was no good. Missed 2 slam attempts. And now here's Willie Wise putting it up for Utah. Rebound tapped by James Jones. Slapped out of bounds. It'll come inbounds to the Pacers.
I don't believe I've ever seen that before. A player miss a stuff shot, get his own rebound, and miss it again.
I suspect Gerald Govan's hand snuck up through the basket on one.
Something sort of rejected it, didn't it?
Something peculiar happened. Mel Daniels now has 10, and Indiana opens up a 6-point lead, 63 to 57. James Jones with the ball now. Double team by Freeman and McGinnis. Jones spins off it. Doesn't get the roll. Mel Daniels clears the defensive board. Gets it out to Fred Lewis. McGinnis is right. Lead to Don Freeman. Too much on it, and Govan again hits the board. Up court, he is intercepted by Fred Lewis. To Freeman. 3 for 15. Leans out the basket. It's 65-57. The Fairgrounds Coliseum goes bananas. Somebody's from Michigan City. There's 30,000 people living there. James Jones starts up court against Freeman. Jones, a 6'6" guard from Grambling, has not produced the points they need today. Jones has the ball slapped away, picks it up himself, puts 2 men up with a fake, and goes to Zelmo Beatty. Basket will go. There's a foul on the play. Might have been off the ball. Jones hit the deck hard after he fed off. Darnell Hillman gets his third. The foul was against Zelmo Beatty.
Zelmo at the line. 65-59. Things were sort of getting out of hand, and the Stars just had to call it last time out. Beatty makes the basket.
65-60. 8.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Here's George McGinnis. Gets the ball to Mel Daniels. It's slapped away out to Fred Lewis. Another foul underneath. And both coaches will be going to their benches shortly because they're going to start losing people with fouls.
Bob Warren was backing in, helping out on Mel Daniels, and the foul was on him. Here's the foul again. You see that the pass from McGinnis goes into Daniels. Warren backing up, helping out. Beatty behind him, and Warren reaching in right there.
Now it's a 6-point lead for Indiana, 66-60. Lead pass inside goes to Govan, and a foul on little Fred Lewis. Hacked him. Only thing you can do, Govan 6'10", Lewis is 6 feet tall.
One of the few that we've seen so far called that hasn't been questioned by the player who was called against. Govan, not the good shooter, but very, very strong off the board.
Got right in.
Threads in, did he?
Waste any time. Here is Fred Lewis going to Darnell Hillman. They look for Freeman inside. A switch off. He loses wide. Great shooter under pressure. Don Freeman putting it up under a lot of heat. Gets the bucket at 68-61 Indiana. Willie Wise coming down to the baseline of the court. And John Vanek signals a foul call that'll send Willie Wise to the free throw line.
Willie Wise got about 15 different moves with the head. That's Darnell Hillman that's covering him, and that's 4 on Hillman. As Wise started to drive the baseline, Darnell stepped in front of him.
Jimmy Jones taps it out to Willie Wise. And Wise with a good fake goes up all alone, puts it up. And now Utah's back to it in 5, 68-63. Don Freeman trying to get free. Up on the spin-off against Bob Warren, and Don Freeman hits it again. He now has 16 points to lead all scorers in the game, except for George McGinnis, his teammate, who has 21. 70-63. Jimmy Jones looking for a shot. They're just firing elbows left and right underneath. Rebound inside court to Mel Daniels to George McGinnis. Utah has 4 men back. It's 2 against 4. McGinnis is going to go inside. Loses the ball. Up court to Warren. Here's a 3-on-3 break. Cross court to Wise. Mel Daniels tries to steal it. And he lost the ball.
Up in the stands for just a minute.
A lot of fouls up on the board. Govan has 3, Wise has 3, Beatty has 3, Boone has 4, Jones has 3 for Utah. For Indiana, Brown has 3, Hillman has 4, Daniels has 3. Don Freeman with a steal. Down court, gets the bucket off glass, and now Utah trails by 9, 72-63. And the Indiana fans are up and screaming. They can smell a victory now. If they win today, they'll take this semifinal series 4-2. Wise puts it up. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. It'll come inbounds to Utah.
Here's the man in the game now for Utah who gave them such a lift in the first half, Cincy Powell. They had fallen behind by 9 at one point in the first half. Powell came in along with Bob Warren, and they eventually got the lead and looked like they might run away from Indiana. Wise.
Mel Daniels feeds George McGinnis. Shut off by Warren. McGinnis knocks Warren out of the way. He gets called for a personal foul, his second. Charging foul. 6 minutes and 35 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Roger Brown back in the game for Indiana, along with Mel Daniels, George McGinnis, Don Busey, and Fred Lewis. Busey matched up against Jones. They're giving Jones a one-on-one matchup as they clear the side. Jimmy Jones puts it up and hits it. It's 72-65. Utah down by 7. Just 4 points for Jim Jones.
That's been a big factor.
Big factor.
Freeman has done a lot of defensive job on it. Now it's up to Busey.
Ball was kicked. Violation. Indiana will put it in play. Number 35, Roger Brown, gets set to put it in play. Indiana wants a time. Got that name Slick when he played with the Minneapolis Lakers. Used to clean everybody out in cards.
Great outside shooter. The last of the two-handers.
George McGinnis was walking prior to putting the shot up. So the ball turns over to Utah. Stars are down 72-65. They were down at the end of the first quarter by 8, came back to take a 7-point lead in the second quarter. Fell behind by 2 at the half. 72-65 Indiana. Utah with the ball. This is Jimmy Jones. Going to Cincy Powell against McGinnis as Beatty sets the pick. Powell puts it up against Daniels, and the rebound is taken down by Zelmo Beatty. Bob Warren is free. He gets it. 72-67. Indiana's lead cut to 5. 11 points for Bob Warren. Roger Brown goes outside to Boosie. And there's a foul prior to the shot. McGinnis is called for another person now. He's picked up 2 quickly. He played most of the way with just 1. He now has 3. 5:15 to play in the third quarter. Utah with the ball, down by 5. Wise going to the hoop, backs off against Daniels, who intimidated. Rebound is off the hands of Utah player. Don Freeman comes back in the game for Indiana. Now Darnell Hillman comes back in the game for Indiana. Utah at a full court press. Len Lewis.
J.G. Roger.
They're clearing out the lane. They're looking for Freeman to come around, try to drive or shoot in the lane. Indiana staying out of the lane, not sending men across it. Keeping their big men out wide. Rebound cleared by Zelmo Beatty. Up court pass to Bob Warren. And Warren is called for a travel. Took the extra stutter step trying to slow it up. To go in the third quarter. Indiana up 72-67. And now Utah is sending in their best outside shooter, Glenn Combs.
Neither team moving very well at the moment. Most of them are more of them standing around, not doing anything and everything else.
Daniels up again. Second offensive rebound he puts through. And Indiana goes in front 74-67.
It's become more of a one-on-one game than anything else.
13 points for Mel Daniels. Here's Jimmy Jones driving. Goes down hard. He is called for a travel prior to the shot.
Jones down the baseline. He got called for steps. No question about it. Intimidated by Daniels.
By the floor. He hit that pretty good. Holmes comes in, gives a foul quickly to Fred Lewis with 3:51 left to play in the third quarter. The Utah Stars and the Indiana Pacers coming to you live from the Fairgrounds Coliseum in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is Don Criqui with Pat Summerall. The winner of this series will advance to the Carolina-Kentucky winner. And right now, Carolina's up 3-2.
Indiana's up 3-2 in this series, so it could be all over for Utah. They could not go back to the Salt Palace. It'll be Monday night if Utah can pull this one out.
Now Utah wants a timeout. And his big asset on defense is just that he stays in that lane and is very intimidating. It's very difficult to get a good shot inside, a short jump shot. Now Utah starting to break down. They have not shot well in the third quarter. They've not rebounded well, and they're making mistakes. Indiana with an 8-point lead. Can be tough to catch now, as with 3:28 left to play in the third quarter, they have a chance to go up by 10. Indiana setting a doubles pick down low. Guards working off to the weak side, the open side. Don Freeman shooting off the run. Don Freeman gets his third personal foul on the rebound. Utah puts the ball in play. Warren looking into Glenn Combs against a full court press. They're not giving Indiana. Indiana's not giving Utah anything. Finally get it up court to Willie Wise. Here's Glenn Combs against Fred Lewis. Combs takes it right inside, tries to feed Zelmo Beatty. Feeds instead Darnell Hillman to the Pacers. Roger Brown, always tricky from the outside. He'll put it up from there. He'll drive on him. Zelmo Beatty got a block, and they're calling a personal foul. It's clean from here.
That's number 4 for Beatty.
Mel Daniels with 13 points, 2-2.
Daniels will have 2 shots now. James Jones coming back in, replacing Glenn Combs. Utah's made 4 straight errors. They've turned the ball over. The last 4 times they brought it down the court. One of the principal reasons why they trail 75-67 at the moment.
Jimmy Jones from Grambling, just saw there, credits much of his success as a basketball player to Big Willis Reed and the Knicks, both from Louisiana, both played at Grambling. Jones came up behind Reed and plays with him every summer. Now the Pacers want a timeout.
Some of the players they had on that team, Willie Wise was then a rookie, and what looks to be about 20 pounds heavier then than he is now. Tom Washington was one of the forwards. Craig Raymond was the center. Merv Jackson was one of the guards. George Stone. Not bad. Not bad. Some names that are no longer around.
A lot of them disappeared. Now with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Bob Warren comes up court. Inside to Zelmo Beatty. The ball is slapped away. Picked up by Jones. James Jones feeds off to Bobby Warren. Rebound down to Willie Wise. Utah's going to have to shoot quickly. They don't get that many inside. They've got to put it up in a hurry before it's rejected by Darnell Hillman and Mel Daniels. But there was a travel on that call, and here comes Keller with the ball for Indiana. 2:20 to play in the third quarter. Indiana 77, Utah 67. Don Freeman. Rebound is cleared by Wise. Willie Wise at 6'7" brings the ball up court. Goes to James Jones, cross court to Bob Warren, a 3-point attempt. Slapped out by Beatty. Don Freeman has the ball. It's 1-on-1 with Warren to Keller. He lays the ball in. And now Indiana takes command of the game, 79-67. Wise inside. Indiana playing the great defense here in the second half. That's one of the few opportunities Utah's had to get the good inside shot. And they got it only because Wise put him away with a head fake.
They got to get the ball to him because he's the only one that's hitting with any great degree of success at the moment. Willie Wise.
Bob Warren up court to Cincy Powell. He is free and gets that good percentage shot. 79-71. 15 points for Cincy Powell. Utah down by 8, and Cincy Powell, I think, was giving a foul. He came out of there like Batman.
One free throw for Bill Keller. Guy's had a tremendous game. 15 points for Powell coming off the bench. His effort has helped keep them close as they are.
A lot of fouls. We still have 1:17 to go in the third quarter. A whole other quarter to go here at the Fairgrounds Coliseum in Indianapolis. Bill Keller, the top player in the state of Indiana as a high school senior when he led Indianapolis Washington to a state championship. Later, traded the top little man in college basketball when he led Purdue along with Rick Mount to the runner-up honors to UCLA in the NCAA playoffs. Said he'd never make the pros, but he's been in there now for 4 years.
A double foul. There's something very rare done. You haven't seen this in a long time. A double foul.
Zelmo Beatty got his 5th, and Liddell Anderson is on his feet and screaming. One more, and Beatty is out. When he goes, that's club's in trouble.
very, very unhappy.
They're going to sit him down with 5 to give him a little rest. They've got a whole quarter to go. Zelmo Beatty's going to sit down with 5. Here's Gus Johnson coming in the game now for Indiana. Pacers won't give him a free shot. Cincy Powell puts it up. Tapped out to Keller. Indiana on the break. Lead pass to Roger Brown. Can't get through as he's shut off by Powell. Over to Keller. Underneath to Darnell Hillman. And Indiana goes in front 82-71. Willie Wise misses inside. Almost got us. Ball will come back inbounds to Utah.
The pace is really something at the moment. Both teams running, which they like to do. It's just a question of how long they can keep doing it.
Last shot of the third quarter coming up as James Jones works against Don Freeman, has a 3-inch height advantage. Darnell Hillman clears again. 5 seconds. And Roger Brown's the man they go to when time's running out. Roger Brown puts it up, but there is a whistle. And the whistle was to rule the buzzer sounded before the shot. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Indiana Pacers 82. The Utah has to really go now. Indiana's done a superb job of keeping the inside shots from taking place here in the second half. Great defense. Here is Darnell Hillman with a slap rejection. 2-on-2 break. We're going to have a goaltending violation after Hillman hit the ball. He knocked it off the glass. It's 2 points. 82-73 now.
Let's look at that block as Powell goes up here. And Hillman timed it perfectly. The ball had not started down.
Now they're ruling there was a foul prior to the shot. And Ron Boone and Bill Keller goes to the free throw, so their goaltending is disallowed. And Bill Keller, who was fouled in the backcourt, gets 2. Watch this.
Here's the foul they were talking about a minute ago. That's Powell going for the basket. Had to be called an offensive foul against Powell as he ran into Keller.
I do not understand it at all, looking at it back. 84-71, however, and Indiana's in the lead by 13 points. And Bill Keller gets a personal foul, only his first. He's about the only one that doesn't have a problem. Ron Boone goes to the free throw line.
One free throw for Ron Boone, who has 10 points.
11:39 left to play in the game. Indiana 84, Utah 71. Both teams way under the limit. Now Bill Keller quarterbacks the Pacers. Matched against Boone, he goes to Roger Brown outside. Willie Wise with Roger Brown. Foul on the play, it's against Willie Wise. He now has 4.
You can see that Roger Brown is not the same Roger Brown. He just doesn't have the moves that he once did. Been bothered, as we pointed out before, by a bad back. This kind of one-on-one player, in a situation like that, would rarely miss a shot. James Jones back. Roger Brown, 35 at the line. Got them both.
Cincy Powell puts it up from the top of the key. Now they're forcing shots, trying to get back in the game, taking the bad percentage shots, and Indiana's coming right back with the rebound on the ball. Here's Freeman. Keller. They'll run that 30-second clock. With a 14-point advantage and 11:05 to play in the game, Indiana will use that 30-second shot clock. Run the game clock down. Darnell Hillman puts it up. Rebound taken by Powell. Sloppy play by Utah. The outlet pass is on, and Roger Brown lays it in. And Indiana now is way out front, 88-72. Willie Wise puts it up. He can't hit. Rebound to Gus Johnson. Up court to Roger Brown against James Jones. Roger Brown with the move. Can't get the shot, but there's a foul on the play.
Roger looks like he's getting a little warm right now. He learned those moves on the asphalt courts in New York. And that, as far as I know, is about the best place in the country to learn how to play basketball.
Roger Brown still holds some New York high school scoring records. Roger Brown with 12 points in the game, and Indiana's out front 90-72, and here comes Zelmo Beatty back in for Utah. Jimmy Jones. Defense has been the whole story of this game in the second half. Indiana led by 2 points at the half. Indiana has controlled this game with excellent defense in the third quarter and now throughout the first minute and a half of the fourth quarter. There's Zelmo Beatty coming back in, Pat.
And no matter how many fouls he's got, you've got to have Z in the game now. Got to have the best you've got to offer. James Jones at the line. Beatty has 5. They need his strength on the boards, and they need him to put some points on the board, too. Hillman with the rebound again.
They need his stability. Utah's not been taking good shots in their haste to get back into the game, and they've fallen farther behind. They're now down 90-72. Here is Roger Brown on the drive. Feeds off to Zelmo Beatty. Screens out, gets the rebound. Long lead pass to James Jones. A foot race between Jones and Freeman. Freeman knocked Jones out of bounds.
Unpopular call. The ball goes over to the Utah Stars. Excellent call, though. Excellent call.
Roger Brown hit somebody inside trying to get the ball. It was Zelmo Beatty who'll go to the free throw line. 10 minutes even left to play in the game. Indiana 90, Utah 72. Indiana advances with a win today. Zelmo Beatty gets the roll. But Zelmo Beatty has only 8 points in this game, and it's hurt Utah. He's been in foul trouble. Mel Daniels puts it up. Beasley clears the defensive board for Utah. Up court to Ron Boone, and the Stars now set up. They've got to hurry, though. They're way down. Here is Willie Wise putting it up. No roll. Rebound is tapped over to Daniels. To Freeman. Indiana's going to run. Lead man is Bill Keller. He puts it up. Zelmo Beatty clears. Looks for the outlet man. No one's down floor. And James Jones starts all the way down. 6, he puts it up. Back of the iron. Rebound again to Jones.
Offensive foul again.
So the ball is back to Indiana. The Utah Stars pressing now. They have no alternative. They have to play the tight pressure defense, risk the foul to get back in the game. They've got to go for the ball. Here's Keller with it for Indiana. Mel Daniels to Bill. That's like a Golden Gloves underneath, and Roger Brown hits the deck. He apparently injured his back again.
It's either his back or his knee. It has really been rough under the boards. This could be his last game as the Utah Stars coach. Roger Brown is back up. It looks like he might be able to shoot the foul shots, which is shocking to me. Liddell Anderson on the left, Brown on the right. I don't think there's any way he'd shoot this foul shot the way he went down.
Roger knows all the nuances of this game, though, and he got about a minute rest there. Roger Brown's going to stay in the game. Here's Jimmy Jones coming down court. Beasley with a 3-point attempt. Zelmo Beatty puts it back up. And it's now 90-75. Utah down by 15, 8:40 to go in the game.
I don't imagine Brown's going to stay in the game very long.
Ron Boone knocks the ball away from Bill Keller. Indiana puts it back in play. And now George McGinnis comes back in the game as Roger Brown gets a standing ovation. Don Freeman, that's the first rebound he ever got flat in his back.
It is really, really rough under the boards. About as rough, I think, as I've ever seen in basketball. And as Mel Daniels pointed out to me at halftime, this is a non-contact sport.
3 of the players on the floor for Utah, Boone, Jones, and Beatty, all have 5 personal fouls. 1 more and they're out. McGinnis with the free throw for Indiana. 4 Pacers have 4 personals. There's Councilman Roger Brown. Cheered on by his constituents. James Jones has got to start firing stuff up as quick as they can. Rebound down to Hillman. Indiana's owned the boards here in the second half. Freeman with the ball. Inside to Daniels. Looking to get the foul. Rebound slapped out, and George McGinnis lets it go. It'll come inbounds to the Pacers with 8:08 to play. Indiana 92, Utah 75.
Darnell Hillman having a problem with his shoe. And here comes the best outside shooter on the Utah team. Man who's a 3-point specialist, Glenn Combs from Virginia Tech.
Who can ever forget the Fighting Gobblers? Certainly not you or I.
What a performance they put on in the National Invitation Tournament this year.
Beyond belief bendings.
Pacers are going to take their time now and work off as much of that 30-second clock as they can before they take the shot.
Zelmo Beatty and Mel Daniels underneath. If you're heavy, looks like a Greco-Roman wrestling match. Zelmo gave him a little shot in the lower back as Daniels was putting the ball up. He was short, goes out of bounds, inbounds to Utah. What the Pacers will do now, if they get there, Utah will do, is they'll come outside to Glenn Combs and try to let him throw up the 3-point shot. They're not getting any percentage shots inside, very rarely. In the game for Indiana, as the Pacers put the ball in play, we have Freeman, Keller, Darnell Hillman, George McGinnis, and Mel Daniels. Zelmo Beatty playing with 5 is in for Utah, along with Glenn Combs, Willie Wise, John Beasley, and Bob Warren. McGinnis looking inside. They'll play with a 30-second shot clock now. McGinnis is short. Beasley clears nicely. Better give him a guard to go to. Here comes Bobby Warren. Glenn Combs puts it up, forces a shot, and hits it. Under pressure, Glenn Combs connects. 92-77 as Zelmo Beatty got wiped out underneath. Here's little Bill Keller feeding outside to Don Freeman. Left free for a high arcing shot. Ball is knocked away and picked up now by the Utah Stars. Here's Wise in the break lead. Pass to Combs for a 3-point short. Rebound to McGinnis. Got a track meet going on. Bill Keller's going to get his 2 here.
Here's what happened to Zelmo Beatty in this non-contact sport just a minute ago. That's Daniels behind him. I don't think he touched him, do you? He's got to be a pretty strong fella. Handle the big Z like that. That all, of course, took place away from the basketball. That was just trying to get position under the basket.
Big Z was stretched out in repose. Darnell Hillman is flat on his back now.
That's first down.
All the finesse of a punch in the mouth out there. 6:14 to play. Darnell Hillman controls the tap in Indiana. We'll look to run the 30-second clock again. Here's Don Freeman. 6:05 to play. Indiana close to advancing to the ABA Championship Series. Bill Keller doesn't care to just stand there with the ball. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Here is George McGinnis. He wiped out Bob Warren prior to the shot. Offensive foul on McGinnis. That's his fourth. And I'm quite sure that George McGinnis could knock about anybody down out there. He really hits that basket like a bull. Willie Wise with the good shot. Fade away. 13-point lead for Indiana. 5:40 to go in the game.
And again, they'll slow it down and take as much off the 30-second clock as they can. When you get a shot like that, you got to take it.
The big play by Billy Keller. Drives the lane, double team off on him. He feeds Mel Daniels for the stop. Glenn Combs inside to Zelmo Beatty. Goaltending against Darnell Hillman. 96-85.
Both coaches unhappy.
Bob Leonard to the right, resplendent in his white suit. Bill Keller puts it up.